So everyone out there listening in today, we have Paula here with us. Paula, how do you say your last name?
Fidalgo.
Fidalgo. And she's going to share a little bit about herself and her new book. And why don't you start about yourself, Paula? Who is Paula?
Okay, who is Paula? Ooh, that's a loaded question. Paula is a mom of three kids who have taken up all my energy and time for the past 21 years.
Oh.
And now Paula just turned 50, and I'm focusing on Paula now.
Okay.
So I'm super excited. I am releasing and publishing a book.
Okay.
We had a tentative date, November 21st, but it got bumped back to me. I have to make a few changes. So I'm thinking probably towards the end of December.
Okay.
So it's super exciting. I've never done that
Exciting.
before.
Yeah.
I'm a former broadcaster and
Okay.
I'm currently an entrepreneur. I
Yeah.
own two very successful cleaning companies.
Oh, cool. Oh, so you own two. I only knew about one, I
Yeah.
think. Okay.
Yes. So
What companies do you own?
I have the Dustbusters, who is a residential company, and then I have Fidalgo Enterprises, focuses on strictly commercial cleaning.
Okay, amazing. Good for you. So you have a lot of really cool stuff going on. Now, how old are your children now?
21, 20, and 18.
Okay. Oh, so they're all really close in age.
Yes.
So everyone is out of high school, even your 18-year-old?
Everyone, yes,
Okay.
college now.
Everyone's in college. Okay. So now it's time to focus on you. So what was it like, first of all, being a mom to three kids? So you're saying you weren't able to focus on yourself during that time, or tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I've always tried, right, to
Mm.
focus a little bit, like, and when I say focus, like taking care of myself, right?
Mhm.
Because in order for you to take care of other people, you have to take care of yourself also.
Mhm.
But I was strictly focused on making sure that my kids got to college and that they were okay. And at the
Yeah.
same time, I was also dealing with, a sticky divorce situation. So I was on the mom defense mode, trying to keep the kids shielded from all of that. And basically, that's what I focused on for really the past 13 years.
Wow. Wow. So you were
Mhm.
a single mom too, then? You're a single mom.
Yes, single mom for the past 13 years. Yep.
Wow. So I mean that's a lot with three kids to do that on your own. So I can see how, you kind of let some of your stuff kind of slip to the side.
Well, but I learned through my journey, and this is why I also got certified in positive psychology during COVID, because it's very important that you self-love, right? Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of that. So I've practiced a lot of positive thinking, um, meditation,
Mm.
um, go to the chiropractor a lot. But basically, like, you have to breathe. You have to be able to function and focus at the same time. And in addition to being a single parent,
Mm.
that's where I launched my entrepreneurship career,
Yeah.
yeah, and launched the businesses. And then at the same time was writing my book. So yeah.
Wow. So when you did get divorced, that kind of pushed you towards being an entrepreneur, or what happened then?
Yes, it did. It did. Because I figured my kids needed my attention more. And this way I was able to create my own schedule and cater to their schedule at the same time, because all my kids were, except for my son, in sports.
Yeah.
So as a single parent with three kids in sports, and sometimes they were at, I don't know how I did it. I look back and think about this. I don't know how I did it. Some
Yeah.
days where they had exact same time a sport scheduled, and I thought, how can I be at the same spot at the
Yeah.
same time for all three? But it ended up happening, and it worked
Yeah.
out, and it's great.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy how you just
survived.
do it. Yeah, I don't know how you do it because, like, my daughter's
It's
schedule with one, I'm like, how am I even supposed to pull this off? And luckily, I make my own schedule too. That does help. I will say that. But yeah, it's a lot. The activities are a lot. It's
it,
fun.
it it
It's
was
a
funny
lot.
when every time one went to college, other parents would say, "Oh my gosh, I'm crying." Is it? I was so happy. I was crying of happiness because they got there.
Yeah. Well, because that's what you always wanted,
Like,
though,
yes,
right?
so
So
proud of
why was
myself.
college so important to you?
Well, college was important to me because my parents, for example, didn't have the opportunity to go to college. So there was a huge focus on when I was growing up on education. My parents wanted me to go to college. And, your college education, nobody can take that away from you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. I mean,
so that was
education is
important.
so powerful. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you went to college and then that was important for your kids to go to college.
Yes. I mean, if they wanted to, right?
Right.
But,
But that's how you raised them,
right.
basically, to work towards college. And they've
Yes.
all gone to college.
Yes. They
Okay.
have all gone to college.
Wow. So you did amazing, or you did what you wanted, right?
Well, not what I wanted. I wouldn't phrase it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, what I was trying to accomplish for them, because you always, as a parent, want the best for your kids,
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
But I was not the type of parent who said you have to go to this college or you have to do this, right?
Right.
It's their journey. They got to pick wherever they wanted to go and into whatever they wanted to go, because I've had my journey and now it's their journey.
Yeah.
And yeah, we joke about this, my kids and I, because I have this thing in my car that says, "Don't be a Karen." I'm not a Karen. I was never a Karen.
I love that.
But I
That's
do
great.
want, like any parent, you want the best for your kids.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that mindset. That's awesome. So your kids are in college now. So you've been working on yourself. So tell us a little bit about the book. I mean, what is it about?
Yes. So the book is called They Even Took My Shoes,
Okay.
and it's fictional.
Okay.
It's about Maria is the main character, and it explores the powerful themes of persistency, faith, prayer, manifestation, positive thinking, and resiliency. So Maria is super resilient, compassionate woman who went through all these struggles and somehow was able to find the inner strength to pull out of it.
I love it.
And Maria represents a lot of women,
Yeah.
because throughout my career, I've interviewed a lot of women, and not just even women. I mean, the book is not just for women, it's for men also, and even teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's amazing how there's so many amazing people out there that went through so many struggles and somehow they were able to pull out of it. And that's
Yeah.
basically what the book is about. It's not a self-help book, but it has a lot of tips in there that will help anyone to be able to transform, for example, their mindset from negative thinking to positive thinking,
Mm-hmm.
how to manifest the life that you truly want. Because so many times we hear people say, "Oh, yeah, it's because of my childhood, or it's my parents' fault, or it's this." No, it's like we all have to take
Yeah.
responsibility for our life and our
Yeah.
story, and we all have the capability to change it, right?
Yeah.
You find that inner strength within you. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that more than ever since COVID, so many more people are struggling with that. And it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty sad,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
people feel like they cannot get out of certain situations. But my book will show you
Yeah.
that, okay, this person, Maria, this character, she hit rock bottom
Yeah.
and she got out of it. She got out of it, and it's a true inspiration. And I'm super excited about it.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, Maria, does that portray you in any way?
No, I can't say that. No,
No.
it's fictional. It's fictional,
Okay.
and it's like I said before, I've interviewed throughout my career many women, and Maria is a reflection of all of these women
Like
together.
put together.
Put
Okay.
together, yes,
Okay.
exactly. So yes, but like I said, it's not just, if you read the book, don't look at it and say, okay, it's a book for women, it's about women. It's not. It's about a character, Maria, who went through all of this. And it could be a man, it could be a kid, it could be a teenager. There's something in there for everyone, because
Okay.
the theme is about really like um, finding that inner strength. How can you find the inner strength through struggle? And that's
Yeah.
basically how you do find it, right? There
Yeah.
is light at the end of the tunnel, even though you might think in that moment that there is no light at the end of the tunnel.
Right. Right. What was your biggest struggle throughout motherhood so far that you overcame?
My biggest struggle through motherhood was my divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah, my divorce. We were in court for 13 years, and
Oh my gosh.
when you're in family court, especially in Saratoga County, it's very difficult. So you end up really not being able to parent. I trained my kids to be advocates for themselves because when you're in the court system, family court, they basically enable you and don't allow you to become the parent that you want to be, because when there are two parents fighting against each other, and then the children are in the middle, so it becomes a little sticky situation for kids too. And so I would say yes, that was probably the hardest thing that I've had to overcome.
Wow. I can't believe 13 years.
13
I
years.
don't think I've ever heard that. I mean, I've definitely heard of like messy divorces, but
Oh
13
no,
years.
there's I like I said before, I've interviewed many women and men, and apparently that is a common theme in Saratoga County.
Wow. That is
Yes, they
wild.
they they drag on forever and ever and ever. And my advice to people who are going through a divorce, it's like if you figure and you get to that point and you decide that you want out, just don't make it ugly. I mean,
Yeah.
man up, woman up, and just do what's right. And
Yeah.
because your kids are going to end up paying for it in the long run, and it's not fair to them.
Yeah.
So figure
Wow.
it out as adults and try to avoid court as much as possible because it's not good.
Yeah. That's good advice for sure. Wow. That is just wild. My mind is
There
blown
are
by
some
that.
tips in the book too about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So your businesses were created, when you were going through this. So the cleaning businesses, why did you want to do a cleaning business?
Well, I wanted to do the cleaning business because I had studied this market for a long time, and I could tell that in this area there was a need for this industry. So I just, put my marketing cap on and I decided, okay, what is a good name? And I started, thinking about branding and all of that. And that's when I came up with the Dustbusters.
Yeah.
And I did like old school. I did cold calling. That's how I got my first clients. And then it just domino effect went from there. And then I decided to expand and get into the commercial side of it too. But it was, like I said before, when you're working for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
some people think, okay, like you work for yourself, it's super easy. Well, it's not easy at first, but it's going to give you more flexibility to own your own schedule when you are a single parent and you have to attend many school events or many schools sports things, the events that are going on for your kids, and be there for your kids. So it was important for me to be present 100% for my kids,
Yeah.
but I also needed to generate the income
Right.
to provide for my kids. So
Right.
that's where I decided, looking at my career, like what makes sense. And that's when I decided to do that. My friends thought I was crazy, but I did
Yeah. And how many years have you been in business now?
so since 2017.
Wow. And it's going amazing, I
It's
assume.
great.
Yeah.
It's
How many
yes.
people do you have working for you now? And is it just women or do you hire men as well?
No, I actually have women, men. I have veterans also, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That's
good. And I
amazing.
try to incorporate into my business the positive psychology also.
Okay.
So with my employees,
Mm-hmm.
we talk about positive psychology, how we work with people, and
Yeah.
also even with my clients. And we have so many clients that say that the Dustbusters are like a band-aid to my wound. They look forward to my crew
Yeah.
coming in and talking to them. So
Yeah.
yeah, I try to incorporate the positive psychology not just in my life,
Right.
but also with my clients. And yeah, in addition to the book launch, so I am also launching paulafidalgo.com. It's the website where people will be able to purchase the book
Okay.
and learn and learn more about me.
That's awesome. Well, I can definitely link that below. That's so
Thank
cool.
you.
So, I mean, you have a book coming out. Your kids are you an empty nester or do your kids still live with you?
Well, my 21-year-old is still here,
Okay. But you have much more time
but
for yourself.
yes, I
So,
am.
what are your plans? I mean, so the book's coming out. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Well, I definitely want to travel more, and I've actually been doing that. I just recently went to Greece to celebrate my 50th, and
Happy
before that,
birthday.
Portugal.
Okay. Both
So
places I want to go. You're going to have to tell me all about
totally
them.
recommend.
Yeah.
I totally recommend it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do more. I want to, and I want to live life because
Yeah.
through my experience, and I've interviewed so many people, and people forget to be present and enjoy. And ever since, COVID, and even before that, I went through this whole journey, like Julia Roberts, Love, Eat, Pray,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
right?
read that book.
Discovering myself and what's important in my life. And in 2020, I lost my dad, and he was
I'm so
my
sorry.
best friend and my everything, right?
Mm.
The person that loved me the most in this world, I think. And I got to enjoy and spend the last 5 days with my dad. And that's when I realized, like life life is very short. This journey is very short. So we
Yeah.
have to make the most out of it. And it doesn't pay to complain or to talk negative stuff or be jealous of someone. It's really, you have to think about it. When you wake up every day, who do you want to be and what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I want to do. I want to, work, continue being an entrepreneur, and releasing my book, helping people how to actually do it, like transform negative thoughts into positive ones,
Yeah.
and be there for my kids, present,
Yeah.
and travel the world. I love to learn. I love to explore. And yeah,
That sounds amazing.
I'm at peace with my life. I have no regrets, and it's good. I'm blessed.
That's so good. I think one of my questions for you would be, so everyone out there listening in, what would you tell them? So you're going through the hardest time in your life through your divorce and you opened up a business. Like, how did you have the energy and the strength and confidence to do that?
Well, I put my negative energy to work.
Okay.
So I took all of that. I tried to separate, and almost as if I created two different worlds, which sometimes psychologists will tell you that's not a good idea. But I funneled that whole entire negative energy and I put it to good use by creating something great, my
Yeah.
business,
Yeah.
right? And that's basically what I do with everything in life, because I thought my life was perfect before. I thought I had the perfect marriage, the perfect job, the perfect life, the American dream, the kids, the
Yeah.
dog, and the whatever, the house.
Yeah.
Nothing is perfect. And if you
Yeah.
see a post on Facebook or people comparing themselves to, oh my God, this person is perfect. There's nothing that is perfect, right?
Yeah.
And and that's basically like, you have to, any struggle that I encounter in my life, I try to take the lesson out of it. Like, what is the positive lesson? What did I learn from that? And
Yeah.
that's basically what I did with that whole situation. And that's how I created my business
Yeah. Yeah.
and even the book.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's huge. Yeah, I love that. And it is so true. I mean, there really is like another side to everything, right? Because like, I mean, we grow the most during pain, right? We
Right.
have to feel uncomfortable. We have to feel the pain to be in order to grow. And yeah, I love that.
I
That's
think you only grow through struggle and
exactly.
really pain, because
Yeah.
if everything is happy and joyful all the time, what are you learning?
Yeah.
Really, what are you learning? I did get to a point where, I used to call my mom a lot because my mom lives in Portugal, and I used to say to her, okay, I can add this one to my resume. I can add this one to, and then I go, enough. I
Yeah.
don't need any more on my resume. Like, enough,
Yeah.
like, it's good. But
Well,
you
I
have to
mean,
you have to
13 years.
find,
You went way
yeah.
farther than
You have to find the joy, because it's life is really about the little things in life.
Yeah.
And when you die, we've never seen a U-Haul right behind a hearse, right? Like, it's You can't take it with you.
Yeah.
So you have to enjoy the memories with people and the connections with people. And I think we saw that during COVID, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Changed everything.
right. That's what's important in life. And I think if people put more love and open their hearts a little more, they would see that. And I know sometimes when you're down in the dump, it's hard for you to see it, and
Yeah.
it's not easy to do it,
Yeah.
but it is possible. It is possible to turn anything that is negative into positive.
Yeah. Well, I like how you said you took that negative energy and put it to work because,
Hmm.
I mean, we do waste so much energy, right, on being negative. Like you said,
Right.
complaining or really just feeling stuck and like not being able to do something. But there's always a choice. There's always a choice
Right.
on how you act and what you do with your energy. And
Right.
yeah, I like that because,
I went to Pennsylvania this weekend to a women's seminar from Karen Rockhind. She's amazing, amazing woman
okay.
who teaches purpose and resiliency
Mm-hmm.
to women. And she talked about that. Everything is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in life is a choice. So
Yeah.
we either choose to stay in the negative or we choose to get out of it and do something with ourselves and with our life.
Yeah. Create
So
what you
it's
want to happen.
right.
Yeah.
It's a choice. And and I think it's everything is connected. Some people say it's the law of attraction, the manifestation, the Bible talks about it too. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's all intertwined, it's all connected. The universe, it's always spinning. Like whatever you put out is whatever you're going to get. So if you open up your heart to others and loving, it's all going to come back to you.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Yep. I love all of this, Paula. Great. It's amazing. So I can't wait to read your book and hear even more about all of these adventures of Maria.
thank you.
But so what else can we expect from you? Are you going to write more books or can we look for?
Yes, actually I am working on a second one,
Okay. Is it a
but
sequel or totally different?
totally different.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that we can launch the website on November 15th.
Okay.
And that's where everything that I'm able to do to help others will be on there. So that's
Okay.
paulafidalgo.com.
Okay, perfect. That was going to be my next question. Where can we
Yeah.
find you? Because by the time this airs, your website will be up. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
perfect
Okay.
timing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, and the book will be on, yep. So paperback on Amazon, Kindle, Amazon, Ingram Spark paperback,
Okay.
and draft to digital ebook also.
Okay. All right, great. And where can we find your cleaning business?
Thedustbusters.com.
Okay. Perfect. So I will link all of that below. And people ask me all the time for cleaning businesses and I always say your name. And I think I love how you set yourself apart with that positive psychology because who doesn't want someone positive in their house? I mean, it's our home, right? You're coming into our home.
Right.
Yeah.
And the cool thing too is I thought of it, right? My friends thought I was crazy because when people think of cleaning, right, they automatically, and I've encountered this, people say, oh yeah, they don't speak English. Oh, they're not educated people. And I go, you know what? That's not right. So I said, you know what? I'm going to create something that is unique.
Yeah.
Everyone is well educated. And actually my logo, it is two women with heels.
Yeah.
Dressed very sophisticated, and a man, and that's basically how my crew acts. They're very
Yeah.
professional people who communicate really well, and I think that's why my business does really well too.
Yeah. I love that. I am totally going to be in the market for a cleaner soon. My business is starting to really prosper and I cannot wait. I had one when we moved from Maine. So I had one in Maine and it's my one thing that I always want to have. So I'll be in touch very soon. But yeah.
My kids were embarrassed at first when I said I was starting a cleaning company. They said, "Oh my God, you can't tell anybody. Oh, I can't tell my friends."
Why?
And I thought, why? They're embarrassed because what? Because I'm not on TV anymore. I'm running a cleaning company and also cleaning. Like, why is that embarrassing?
Yeah.
Because I'm generating money and I'm working for them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they got over that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's such a personal thing because, you're going into people's houses and you're seeing their lives, and like, I think it's really personal, and like, someone has to have the right touch to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so
And I
much.
really appreciate you sharing part of your story too. So cool. And thank you for being so vulnerable. And yeah.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Paula. I'm looking forward to your book.
Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.